Me and my family moved into this house in 2009. And when we moved in, there was a bunch of demonic symbols painted in the room that used to be my room, including a satanic devil head. We covered it up with paint, but what's weird is this. After we covered it up, the devil head kept bleeding through. What's up, guys? My name is Chance. For those of you that don't know, hi, I'm Chance. I'm doing this live stream because I need help. I know this might sound crazy, but it's very true. I've had friends and family witness what I'm about to tell you guys, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's very real. Me and my family moved into this house in 2009. And when we moved in, there was a bunch of demonic symbols painted in the room that used to be my room, which is located by our front door. Like when you first walk in, when you turn to the right, that used to be my old bedroom. When we first moved in, there was, like I said, there was a bunch of demonic things, including a satanic devil head. And we covered it up with paint, but what's weird is this. After we covered it up, the devil head kept bleeding through many times. Until now, there's actually a stain permanently of the outside of the devil's head, of the giant satanic devil head. It's not very noticeable, but it's still there. At least 2 or 3 times, I'll get up in the middle of the night because I'll hear my dog Rugrat barking, and I figure at first maybe it's somebody at the door. You know, I go down the stairs thinking, okay, maybe there's somebody at the door. But yet every time I see Rugrat, he is always staring at that room. He's always staring at that room every time he barks. And I don't know what to do about it. I genuinely don't know what to do. I know there's something demonic in this house, but I don't know what to do about it because my mom and stepdad don't believe me. But yet all these weird things have happened. And little things started happening over the years, but now they've gotten worse. It started off with little things like I would feel like I'm being watched, or, you know, things would get moved around. And then after that, it started to progressively get a little bit worse and worse and worse. Sometimes I'll hear footsteps. Occasionally I'll catch shadows out of the corner of my eye. And it's like, I don't know what to do. If there's anybody out there that can help me figure out what's going on, that would be huge. Because like I said, it's very hard for me to sleep at night knowing that there's something evil in this house lurking around. Because like I said, my automatic thought, because as you guys know, we do get a lot of people showing up here. We do get a lot of people that show up here throughout the day and throughout the night sometimes. So my first thought automatically is, you know, maybe somebody's here, and, you know, maybe Marty or, you know, somebody like Edward, where somebody called someone here. this is all too real. And like I said, it takes a lot to scare me. It does. I mean, as you guys know, it does take a lot to freak me out. But with something like this, I don't know. Like, I've never felt something more evil and sinister in my life. It's like when I go near that room, it's like I go in there and I automatically want to get out of there as soon as possible. Like, let's say that I'm going to grab my mom a drink, because she has her little miniature fridge in that room. It's like, I go in there to grab a drink and I get out of there as fast as possible because that room makes me sick. But going near that room, it's not good. And I keep telling my mom that there is something evil in that room. There is something very demonic in that room. And like I said, I'm not, I'm not a stranger to dark entities that might be good, or lost spirits, spirits that may have been, misguided or lost along their way. I'm not, unfamiliar with that. I'm actually very familiar with that. But this is not something of a lost soul. This is literally something evil. And every time I go downstairs at night, I can feel it watching me. It's almost like it follows me around. And I genuinely don't know what to do about this demonic entity. Because every time I walk past that room, I start to get sick. I start to feel like something's watching me, and I get this this unsettling, unnerving, sick feeling. And I've had the feeling before with certain things, but never on this level. And it's like, I genuinely don't know what to do. Because like I said, my family's not believing me. Thankfully, nothing's happened to them yet. But I'll be honest, I'm afraid that one of these days, that whatever's in that room is gonna get pissed off enough to go after one of them or even my dog. But what's weird is this. This is what I find very strange. It doesn't happen during the daytime. Everything that goes on demonically has always happened at night. Between the hours of, I'd say, 9, 10 o'clock at night, maybe 11-ish, to about, I'd say, 4 or 5 in the morning. That's about the time frame that everything goes down on a normal basis. And it's been on and off for the last few weeks, but the time frame is usually, like I said, it's around the time when it's dark out. And it's like, I genuinely don't know what to do. I'm literally beside myself. I know that I can do, I know that there are times where, when I do my metal songs, my voice sounds demonic. But that's just me adding an effect to my already natural metal vocals. And I wish there was a way that I could show my family what's going on. But it's like, I genuinely don't know what to do about it. Like, after my older brother passed, he did funny things that he would do when he was alive to let me know that he was still here. Like, sometimes when he would use the bathroom, he would make random noises just to freak me out. Because you know how, like, if you got a sibling and they like to mess with you. Well, there would be times where I would be in the shower, and he would love to freak me out. Like, he would, bang on the door or do something random like that. Well, shortly after his passing, and I know this is him for a fact because he did stuff like this when he was alive. He took the handle of a bucket that we had sitting in the bathroom after his passing, and he banged it down a few times so I know, like, hey, I'm still here. Like, and he did that. He loved to mess with me. He loved to joke around. So I'm not unfamiliar with, the spiritual side of things. I'm not unfamiliar with it at all. I'm very used to it. But this level of demonic stuff, I have not dealt with in a very long time, if ever. Like, I've dealt with, like, evil spirits that, we've gotten rid of. But this is on a whole other level. Like, this is beyond my understanding and my knowledge. And there was one night after a surgery that my mom had where she had me make a little pallet on the floor upstairs here in the next room across the hall. And because she needed my help because she just had knee surgery. And she needed me to help her out. So I made a pallet and I laid down on the floor. I'd say about a half hour after laying down, I was almost asleep. And out of nowhere, I felt something kick me in the head. Like, super, super hard. And it wasn't just like, it wasn't like, somebody walked by me and they actually, they accidentally kicked me in the head. No. This felt like someone kicked me really hard in the fucking head with a boot or a shoe. And I don't mean like on the side of my head. No, like I was laying down like this. My head was facing the door. And something kicked me right in the very top of my head. And my head came down and it jarred my neck. Like if someone kicks you in the head and your head goes down a little bit from the impact, that's what it did. But yet, when I got up, I was freaked out. I was very fucking scared. But here lately, it's been getting worse. About 3 weeks ago, I started feeling like I was being watched. And I couldn't figure out why. So I decided to do an investigation of my own accord. And I used the very same apps that like real ghost hunter teams use. Like the actual apps that they use on their phones. And 2 messages came up when I did the investigation, which were leave now and give it back. which I found very, very strange. And there were also, I can't quite remember the names, but there were a couple names that went with it. This entity, I don't know if it's from something around here. Because if you guys don't know, Summit Lake is actually one of the most haunted places in Ohio. So, I mean, I know that we're surrounded by, spiritual energy all the time around here. And one of the reasons why Summit Lake is one of the most haunted areas in Ohio is because back in the 60s, or no, it was in the, I think the 50s or 60s, and then later on in the 70s, there was a carnival that crashed into the lake, killing several hundreds of people both times. Something happened to where one of the legs of the carnival gave out and hundreds of people ended up dying and are now sadly. What the fuck? Did you guys just hear that? Was that my chair, or did you guys actually hear something? Like, did you guys hear something like almost, the best way I could explain it is like a zombie growl. Did you guys hear something like that just now, or was that my chair? Like, be real, was that my chair, or was that... But like I said, I know that, I do live in a very haunted area in Ohio. But with this is on a whole other level. I don't know if that room could be one of the portals to hell, or if that's just a demonic altar of, demonic worship. I don't know. Because, like I said, I don't get scared very easy. I don't. But this has me not scared for myself, but for my family, for our dog. Like, I'm afraid that if one of my family members accidentally provokes it somehow, or if my dog provokes it somehow on accident, that something serious could happen. And one of the reasons why I am so much in tune with the spirit realm, as they call it, is because I actually do have Cherokee Indian in me. I'm Irish, well, part Irish. I got Cherokee in me, so I'm very in tune with that side. Plus, now, I don't know if this has anything to do with it. Maybe you guys can help me out with this. But one of my ancestors is Jonathan Putnam from the Salem Witch Trials, who was accused of not only being a witch himself, but he was accused of harboring a witch during the witch trials, which is more commonly known as the Salem Witch Hunt. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. I don't know if that has to do with me noticing things, or if it has anything to do with what's going on. Don't get me wrong, I've dealt with, spiritual things before, so with that being said, I'm going to try to set something up here to see what I can do. And, if anybody has any answers, please reach out to me on Discord. Peace.
With that, I'll catch you next time, and remember to drink your raw milk.
Like and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to get all of your updates. All of them.
You can come to my city. You can come to my city. You can come to my city. See how we get down. See how we get down. See how we get down. We get down. Guerrilla warfare.